Hello, welcome guys to another episode by me, Nikki, and we are delving into the Scorpio season, October and November Scorpio season. I feel it's a long time since I've done this, but actually I have done it during when I'm doing the weekly. Yeah, I keep forgetting, but sometimes I do more weeklies during the seasons, but I felt this time it would be a little bit more personal with this Scorpio season, because the planet conversations are a little bit quiet, and yes, it's a little bit quiet, especially like in the beginning of November. But regardless, we are entering Scorpio season, or when this comes out, we are going to be in Scorpio season, and what a powerful season it's going to be. As always, I have my trusty tarot cards. I am working with the Witch's Wisdom Oracle cards with the cards. Sorry about that. With the tarot card, with the general tarot cards. And also with the Scorpio season, we are also working with the Death card. And you know, we all get a little bit scared when we see that card, because it does feel like literal, but it's a multitude of things. It really does depend on what else is going on in the tarot. But you could also say that we are working with the Judgment card as well, because that is Pluto. So pick either one, guys. But regardless, they are all going to be showing us this month that there's going to be a huge shadow, but a weight lifted off our shoulders. We're going to be discovering new things about ourselves, which in the beginning, again, is going to be very uncomfortable, but also very telling. It could also be very troubling. This Scorpio season is not like any other, because we have eclipses that are going on during this time. And whenever this is happening with eclipses, which hasn't been for a long time, it heightens things. It makes things more potent. It makes things more, how can I put it? It just makes things more stronger. We feel more intense. We feel more of a need to, it's not even necessarily release, but we have this need to get something out there. It feels very passionate. It feels very, in a way, there can be some nostalgic, but it's like something is definitely bubbling under the surface. And with the nodes being active, with the nodes here, but with the eclipse activated, because we have the first eclipse, which is in Scorpio, which is the 1st degree, which is like the beginning of something very powerful happening. And then we have the lunar eclipse in Taurus, which is about we're going to be releasing. And I feel both is going to be of a intense emotional state for all of us. I'm wondering how Scorpios are doing, actually. I'm wondering how you guys are doing. You guys have been through it. I think all water signs have been through it, especially Saturn being in your water houses. But how are you guys doing? I also wonder how the Pluto and Scorpio generation are doing as well. You guys, this Scorpio season is going to feel, I've said it for all, a little bit of an end of an era, because we actually have this is going to be the last time the Saturn is going to be square in Scorpio, and a lot of Scorpios are going to be very, very relieved. A lot of you guys have had to do that inner work. Another thing I wanted to say about for the Scorpio, Pluto and Scorpio generation, 1984, I personally feel it's more 86 to 93, because when it's 84 and 83, you still got that Libra element, and I've spoken to so much people that have the Libra, that I feel have more Libra than the Scorpio. But yes, so 84 to, especially you 86 to 93 babies, I feel if you have felt like if there's any restrictions that have been placed on you, this is nothing, because when Pluto goes into Aquarius, it's going to be more, you're going to see more of this inner work that you have to do for the next 20 odd years. So yes, I come back to Scorpios in general, even like the Uranus in Scorpio generation as well, you 75 to 81 babies. Yeah, so I would love to know how you guys have been feeling, how, these eclipses have been treating you. Obviously, it's going to be carrying on until next year too. Okay, this story hasn't ended, but we're in the middle of the story. We're like in the middle. It's going to end next year, but we're in the middle. We're bang in the middle. We're starting. We are also ending and releasing in a way. So let me know how it's been. But when we come to your tarot cards, I've picked out 3 general tarot cards. The Witches, and one's called Stability. So these are the general messages that some of us could be feeling during Scorpio season: stability, security, and fertility. So stability, some of us may be seeking stability, a lot of stability, because the energies are going to be ebbing and flowing. It could be in the morning, we could be amazing, feeling very like on it. In the afternoon, it's like not sure what's going on. In the evening, we just crash. So emotional stability, I feel. Or we could be wanting to be around people that have that sense of stability. It's not necessarily just like security. It can be security, but I feel it's more, we want to, a sense of like finding the self and feeling a sense of stability, a sense of belonging. Because we may not feel during this time, October and November, where we are coming or going. Especially if our emotions, because it's very much an emotional month. We are also going to be in Halloween season, where all the ghouls come out, all the darkness come out, the ghouls come out, like the shadow, like we're going to be seeing like our shadow selves come out. So it's no wonder, guys, why we start eating chocolates, loads of chocolates during Halloween season. So yes, stability is the first message. Finding stability, doing things that can help create stability, creative stability within the house, within the home, within your friendships, within your job. Because we could feel there's a lack of that happening. With eclipses being played out, this is going to be bringing stuff in and bringing stuff out. The second card we have is security. So again, financial security may be of the biggest theme, because Taurus and Scorpio rules money owed and money that we have, a sense of security, how we earn money, debts, loans, rebirth. It also our fears as well. So there could be some hoarding going on this Scorpio season. A lot of hoarding, a lot of making sure that we're not overspending in any way, we're not overdoing things in a grand scale, because with Uranus being in Taurus, it's not showing us that them thing they can't go on anymore. Those days are over. Okay, we have to. It's not about living off less. It's like living beyond your means. But also, it's not saying you cannot spend. It's just showing that we can still spend, but we have to just be mindful. We have to save for a rainy day. The last time Uranus was in Taurus was when we had the Great Depression, and it feels like it's going there again. Not in a bad way, but it just feels like we've just come into this world where we've had to keep up with the Joneses, with fakery, with celebrities, and it's not actually real. I feel that there's going to be a huge it feels like it's going to be like a huge, like, oh my god, I was keeping up with something fake. So security also is security within yourself as well. Like, why we're going to be doing some deep work. Like, why do we have to spend this much? Why do we have to dress like this too much? And this card is about grounding as well. Third card we have for this general is fertility. You don't have to tell me that, Scorpio does rule the reproductive system. Okay. So again, there could be some of that coming out. There could be some people revealing that, they've conceived, or they are wanted to conceive, but also a project. Okay. It's about mating as well. Being together, being with someone you love deeply. There could also be this month a huge push and release to say how you feel with people, and I feel that a lot of fire is going to be burning, a lot of passion, it could also be very much obsession. There could be you going out with someone and wishing you had kids with them, or also wanted to create a project, because fertility is about what's inside the whole lower region, like the belly, and that passion that you have there is bringing it without. So I feel there's going to be a lot of that coming during this Scorpio season. It's all good. It's all good if but it's also, I was going to say, it's all good when all of these things actually work out, but also we have to do the inner work as well. Like, again, asking ourselves questions, because Scorpio is about the psychological essence of ourselves too. So yes, a lot of fertility. Again, it's about growing something. It's going to be, the seed is going to be set for the tone to go forward. Okay, so that's the general tarot for this Scorpio season. When we come to the tarot cards, the first card we have is the Queen of Swords. So there's no messing around this month. There is no messing around. It's like, okay, let's do this. Let's get to it. No, yes, it doesn't really matter if we're looking back. It doesn't really matter if we feel stuck in any way. It doesn't matter if we are holding on. It doesn't matter if we're finding it hard to purge, release, all of those things, or even like having time that things are, very much emotionally up and down, or if we're clashing with people, if we're trying to control anyone or doing like manipulation, all of that, we are all about moving forward. I feel some of us won't given that word, okay? We won't give a damn about not necessarily who we're treading on, but who we are, of how we're moving about life. Because it's like Scorpions is a black and white character. It's not like Pisces. It's not like going with the flow. It's very forceful. It's very direct. Remember, it used to be ruled by, Mars. So it's still got that Mars element. It's all about moving forward. I feel that if anything is in our way, we are going to be eliminating it. And you can choose how to do it. You can be very, extremely direct. It comes across as very rude. Or you can just like, okay, I'm listening, but what are we going to do about it? What's going to be the solution? Even if we do well, what is the solution? How can we physically, mentally, especially mentally, move forward? What is the solution? Because there can be a lot of problems that can rise up this month, and we always have to find a solution to the problem and also mentally move on. Speaking of moving on, then we have the Two of Pentacles, which is about choices that a lot of us are going to be having, especially when it comes to our finances. This is a financial month anyway, especially like in London, we have a lot of craziness going on financially. But the Two of Pentacles is again to do with money, and there may be times where we may think that, you know, we're working we're doing so many hours, doing 2 jobs, and we're still not getting enough. You know, we're planting the seeds of what we want, and still there's just not really enough. I feel there's going to be some, you know, I do actually feel there can be some, whether it's mental, emotional conversations within ourselves or with people, with our partner, and seeing like, you know, do you need to increase hours, or do you need to let something go? Do you need to let like a job go? Because we're moving into a time, like I said before, that even though you're working 2 or 3 jobs, that's just not really sustainable. It's really not sustainable. In life, in general, you just have the one job in order to survive. And some people are happy doing 2 jobs, but some of us are not happy doing 2 jobs. Some of us are just happy just doing the one job. And even if we're not earning millions and billions, we are still grateful with the money that we are getting. So I feel there's going to be lots of choices in how you're earning money, how we are earning money this month. Is it to do with survival, or is it greed, or is it a necessity? You know, this month feels very much like questions that are going to be asked. The 3rd card we have is Cloak, Oracle, Concealment. So there's things underlying that a lot of us are going to be, you know, burying. It could be burying, but it could also be not wanting to show, like show and tell. Remember, Scorpio is a very mysterious sign. It's a sign that is not revealing too much. It hears a lot about secrets from others. It also happens to more or less be in the right place at the right time when things are really kicking off. That definitely could be happening as well this month for a lot of us. So I feel there's lots of things that are coming up that a lot of us may be privy to, that we shouldn't actually know about it or see it, but we actually see it. But also when it says concealment, I feel with concealment is about, we're going to be, you know, some of us going to be doing our best to conceal. It could be our whereabouts. It could also be our emotions. It could also be about what we are planning and doing. Okay, this concealment card is someone who has a cloak over their head. So there could be a lot of things going on behind the scenes, guys, that we may not know about on a general. And we may not know about it until when I was going to say August. Things may start coming out when the sun enters Sagittarius. Okay, so there's a lot of concealed things happening under the surface, guys. And some of you may find out very quickly. Some of you may not be aware. It could be many things as well. It could be about your relationship. It could be about yourself. It could be about your health. It could be about anything. But yes, there's a lot of concealment, like secretive things that are going to be happening. Or you yourself could be carrying a secret, guys. You know, there could also be things coming back from the past as well. I always feel when it's Scorpio season, past things happen. Like, because you know we're moving into the holiday season. And you know, holiday season is so busy. It's such a busy time. And you know, I feel that this concealment card is also about us control. There's an element of control going on, like I have to control something before things actually get out of hand. So, yes, I feel this is very much a Scorpion card. Another card that's very Scorpionic as well. But I feel whatever comes out, we'll definitely know how to deal with it. Definitely. The 4th card we have is the 4 of Wands. So we are entering fire. So whenever the 4, I love Wands card. I love all the tarot cards, guys. But yes, we have the 4 of Wands. And the 4 of Wands message for us during this time is, you know, there are things that are going to be moving in a way that can be very fast. And it could be because of the eclipses, guys. It really could be because of the eclipses. Sometimes you don't feel it until like a month later. You could actually start feeling it a month before or a couple of weeks before. You could actually feel it on the day. It really does depend on you. But yeah, it's a time that things are going to be moving fast. This card is also to do with celebration. So I feel that some of us could be celebrating that it's like a job well done, or celebrating that you're having some good news concerning anything in your life. Celebrating that you've actually figured out a problem, celebrating that you've kept yourself, mentally, physically, emotionally, generally on point. And also, Scorpio is very much about loyalty to people. It only doesn't, because I feel that Scorpio is one of the, I'm having chocolate here as well, guys. Scorpio is one of the, it's between Scorpio and it's also between Leo, who's the most loyal. But Scorpio is very loyal. And they are loyal. It's not that they're loyal to a cause like Aquarius. They're not loyal to people that are not loyal to them like Taurus. They're loyal to people that have proved themselves. And Scorpio does a lot of tests on people. They do a lot of tests. And I feel that things, I feel a lot of people could actually pass that test. And it's like a brand new beginning of a new friendship, a new relationship, a new job, or it feels like things are going to be moving in a way because things have been passed. Okay, so take that what you will, guys. But energy, vitality, celebration, a good card to have this month. And I feel that we are definitely going to be needing it, because this month can feel very heavy hitting. And once we get that momentum going, that things are going to be working out, because this card is also showing that things will actually work out now. You had to go through certain things in order to go through the next level. So yeah, the Four of Wands. Whenever you see wands, guys, it's always like there's going to be some like good news coming up. Then the fifth card we have for this month is the Knight of Pentacles. So there's going to be a lot of, again, whenever we see knights, it is about messengers. It could be about love, like a new brainstorming, messengers like general, like communication. But this is definitely to do about money. So again, I feel a lot of us are definitely working, because this is the second money card this month, and money is going to be playing big time. So this card is saying that this month, the Scorpio season, is, of course, money's on the mind, mind's on the money. That I feel that, certain contracts, business contracts, or certain things that need to be signed, it could be wills, it could be debts being paid off as well. I feel that some of us could be hearing about, oh, this loan has gone through, or we owe you this money, or this is being paid off, or money that even if someone owes you money, you could be getting extra type of thing. It's actually really great if that really does happen as well. So, but also this card is about how much this card is about achievement as well. So some of us could really be getting like a promotion, or having that sort of like psychic downloads, like if you're saying something and it actually really happens. And it's not necessarily just about, it is about money, but I don't feel for a lot of us it's going to be necessarily about money. It's about contentment. It's about how much work you've put in, and now you're starting to get the rewards. So there could be a lot of emails back and forth about contracts, or how much you're going to be getting, how much you yourself. I've spoken about your self-worth as well. Remember, we're going into Scorpio and Taurus. So yeah, it was also showing me that things, again, go from the Four of Pentacles to the Knight, it's Four of Wands, to the Knight of Pentacles is like a celebration time. definitely a celebration, because things, especially if you've put that hard work in, because Taurus and Scorpios, they work very hard for their money. They work very hard, especially when they go into their high vibration. They work hard in order to sustain something, and once that is recognized, I feel a lot of things will be recognized. Some of it may feel too late, but regardless, it will be recognized. Then the last card we have for this month is the broomstick clearance. So this one, guys, is the second Scorpio card. Okay, second Scorpio. When it says broomstick clearance, it showed me that, there's going to be some things being cleared out of the closet. Again, this is showing me about secrets being revealed, things coming out to the surface. But also, we're going to be working on releasing things in a very powerful way, in a very spiritual way. It doesn't mean just talking to a therapist. I feel that we're going to be doing some self-studying, working on our shadow selves in a completely different way. It could be reading books. It could be you doing meditation on a higher level, higher vibration. It could be you cleaning out your debts. It could be you cleaning out things that you are stuck to. It could be food that you're stuck to. It could be people that you're stuck to. It could be jobs that you're stuck to. Things are going to be cleared out, because the lunar eclipse in Taurus is about cleansing. And some of these things I feel may shock us, because sometimes when you say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and you don't actually do it, after then the time comes and it's actually done, it's just like, how? So because it's a broom, it can be done very quick. It's like a clean sweep, as they say in Jamaica, a very quick clean sweep. This card is also about, cleansing the house, saging. This is a great time to be saging the house, because Scorpio season is about protection. It's not just about working with the shadow self. It is about protection. So if you are doing any occult work, it's not about calling things in. It's about protecting your aura, protecting yourself from energy vampires, or protecting yourself from showing that sort of dark side to yourself. So, like I said, it's a multitude of things of clearance. Don't be surprised, guys, if you find you have less as well this month. Don't be surprised. Sometimes less is better than more. And, we may actually feel that more so than ever. This Scorpio season is not going to be like your original Scorpio season. It's going to be very different. Because the next time we have Scorpio season, it's going to be Saturn's going to be in Pisces, which actually is going to trine it. It's actually it's going to be, more or less trining it. So it's going to be much more emotional, but not as heavy. Not as heavy hitting when Saturn's in Aquarius. So, with this also, this is great to be using essential oils, or cleaning out your closet in any shape or form. And this is actually the last card for this Scorpio season, and it's about eliminating the dust. And there's dust everywhere. There's dust in our minds, dust in our hearts. There's just dust everywhere, and we may feel it later on, or some of us may actually feel it now, but once it's there, it's like, I need to clean this away now. Speaking of cleansing, essential oils, because guys, I love essential oils that I'm personally going to be using, and you could use too. Obviously, check with your health practitioner, disclaimer, before you use any essential oils. Okay, these are the ones that I personally use. I start to use more essential oils. Well, I try to remember to use it much more during the seasons and the moons. If I don't use all, I sometimes just stick to one. It really does depend, guys, on how I'm actually feeling. So also, if you are using essential oil, this is how, some of it may be to do with how you're feeling too. So these are just guides. So I personally am going to be using lavender, because lavender is really great for especially a good sleep, easing any stress and tensions. It's great to put in the bath with essential oils, but also with Epsom salt. It's good because, you know, it's good for, like, we may feel very powerful in our dreams. So this will help us have like really nice smoothing dreams as well. Frankincense, I've been using that a hell of a lot. That is the OG of essential oils. Very expensive, but it's the OG. It's really good for purification. It's really good for healing. It's good for when you're meditating to go to that higher self. It's good for like helping you to release any fears that could be coming up as well this month, and also open up our, third eye, and helping release any blockages that we could be seeing. Whenever you use frankincense, you just feel like on a higher vibration. I don't know if any of you guys use it, but I just feel like I feel very like expensive, but I feel very high vibration when I use it. So it's really great to be, and Scorpio is about rebirth as well. So we could just feel really revitalized, and that's what frankincense does. Another oil I'll be using, you can also use like patchouli, which is really great. It's very earthy, very grounding, and also cedarwood. These are great for when you're going to sleep. Very grounding, because we're going to be needed to be grounded, especially being away from certain people, because again, some of you who are very, very sensitive, you could be around energy vampires. You could be around people that suck your energy. They could be talking about the same old things, and you're like, I'm moving on to a different level, and you don't want to like distance yourself from people. You just like, I need to be around someone else whose vibration's a little bit higher. So patchouli is really good for it, and also, like I said, cedarwood too. If you're feeling very tired, which a lot of us may be feeling because the weather's changing, it's getting darker. I love to use, and I've said this before, I really love to use citrus oils like lemon, which is really good for purification, lime, which helps raise the vibrations, and also sometimes sweet orange, which you can use at night, or it's really good for like helping if you're feeling distressed in any way. And I also like to use tangerine. All these help to like, again, raise your vibrations, but it also helps with having energy and vitality, making you have a positive frame of mind. Sometimes I use these oils, diffusing it, which I do every night, or I just use it in a roller bottle. So it really does depend. But once again, check with your health practitioner before you start using it. So guys, Scorpio season seems very deep. There's some highlights, but there's also some emotional times, which is not going to be surprising during Scorpio season. So that is my take with the tarot. Feel free to let me know how it's gone for you, and also don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and also feel free to do a voice message. Okay, so guys, thank you very much for listening to this podcast. Let me know how Scorpion season has gone for you, and I'll speak to you soon. And also, before I go, don't forget to check out my YouTube. I've put up November for all the signs. I've put up the solar eclipse in Scorpio and the lunar eclipse as well. If it's not there, it will be coming up, and other videos that I've put up as well. So once again, guys, thank you very much for listening, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.